Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing good. I'm Mrs. Tazuma Bashistha and today we are meeting for our social science class. In today's class, we'll be starting a new chapter from your civics book, that is electoral politics. So let's get started with the chapter. All right. So as I said, your today's topic is we are going to do your chapter number 4 from your civics book, that is electoral politics. And what are the topics that we are going to look in today's class? We are going to look into elections. What is the meaning of elections, or rather why we need elections? Then how do we consider that elections are conducted in a very democratic way? And the last topic will be, is it good to have a political competition? So all these topics will be covered in today's class. And from today's class, your learning outcome will be, by the end of the class, will be able to define the meaning of election. You will be able to understand or explain the various reasons for conducting elections. We all have been hearing elections are conducted, but why do we need to conduct elections? The reasons we'll be able to explain towards the end of the class. Thirdly, you will be also able to explain the or describe the reasons that makes elections democratic in nature. Like how, even though elections are conducted, how do we consider that it is conducted in a very democratic way? And lastly, you will understand from today's class, or you will be able to explain the merits and demerits of having political competition in an election. Let's get started with the first topic. Now, you all must be hearing the term elections. Now, what is election? You hear that your parents might be somewhere in election duty. Now, what is that election? So, election procedure is basically what it allows members of a particular organization or of a particular community to choose their representative. So, basically, it's one of the most important feature of a democratic type of government. If a government is democratic in nature, that means elections has to be held. So election is basically the way where the country, where the people, where the common people chooses their leader who will be representing their country. All right. And the most important election select the leaders of the state, of the country, and also of the national government. So we all know that state elections are held, or national or the central elections are held, right? We vote for the prime minister, Lok Sabha elections, right? So that is what these elections are basically held for choosing the state leader or the leader, or sometimes the local leaders. You hear about panchayat elections, all right? So that's locally elections are held, and also leaders for the national government. Now, the chance to decide whether who will govern at these levels, it gives the public an opportunity to make choices about the policies, programs, and future directions of government action. Now, elections are basically what it gives the common people or the citizens of the country the opportunity to choose who will be that particular person who will be making policies for the common people, or who will be taking decisions on behalf of the common people. So basically, we choose the leader who will be representing our country and will be taking better decisions or good decisions for the people of the country, for the betterment of the country. Now, these leaders, now once we vote the leaders are also equally accountable. Accountable means the leaders will be answerable. Now, you know, like before elections, campaignings and all take place, the political leaders, they make certain promises, right? If you vote for me, I will do this, I will do that. So that means what? Now, if you, now once we vote for that person, and if that political leader is not performing, sticking to his promises, that person will be answerable. Or if that person, if that political leader did not, fulfill all the promises, whatever it was made to the common people, so there is chance that he or she will not be voted in the next election again. So that is what is the beauty of election, that always there is a threat on the leader, that if he or she does not performs well, then the common people will not vote him or her to power again. So this is about the meaning of election. Now, why do we need elections? Have you ever questioned yourself why is it necessary to have elections? So elections, first of all, as I said, election is necessary because it is the basic feature of a democratic country. If a country is democratic in nature, elections has to be conducted where the common people chooses their leader. So, but why do we need it? Sometimes it can also be done, that all the people will sit together and take decisions every day, and instead of choosing a leader, do have you ever thought that why to choose a leader? Instead, all the people can sit together somewhere and then decide on something, right? But do you think that's actually possible for a country where the population is very big? No, right? It's not possible. How you're going to accumulate all the people together and sit together and decide on something? It's not practically possible. So that is why democracy, in a democracy, it gives us this opportunity to the people where we choose one leader, all right, and that leader becomes our voice, all right. So that is why it is not possible in a country where the population is very big that every people comes and sit together or hold meeting on something. It's not possible. That is why we hold elections after every 5 years. And why after every 5 years? Now elections are also held in intervals. Why in intervals? Now the person, sometimes it has to be changed, supposedly for one term of 5 years, one person has ruled. If that person did not perform well in that 5 years, he or she can be removed, another person will be given chance. Or if he or she performed well, maybe another opportunity might be given for again another 5 years. So that is the beauty of election, that it gives us the decisions to on the hands of the common people, and it gives us opportunity whether people can choose their leader. And also it gives us the opportunity that if the people does not like that leader, they can even remove that leader from that particular position. Now in most democracies, people elect rule through representatives. So as I said, in most of the democracy in our country, more than in the world, more than 100 countries are democratic. So but they in a democratic government, most of them, they elect through this process of choosing the representative. Now in an election, now why do we need elections? Because election gives us the opportunity to choose. Now as we know, when we go for election, when we go for voting, there is not only one person. Different leaders will be there, different people will be there from different political parties, and you will have to choose one. So it gives us the option of choosing whom you want to make your leader. Secondly, they can choose, the people can choose whom they want to make laws for them, to make policies for them. It is the power is in the hands of the people. Thirdly, the people can choose whom they want to be their government and whom they want to take decisions for them. And lastly, they can also choose the party whose policies will guide the government and the lawmaking. So basically the power is in the hands of the common people, and they can choose whom they want to take decisions on their behalf, or whom they want to be their voice for the betterment of for their community or as a country as a whole. That is why we need elections. Now third topic, what makes election democratic? Now I am saying that in every democracy election is there. Now how do we consider that these elections are conducted in a very democratic way? How do we judge that? Let's see that. So there are various ways of conducting elections in a very democratic way. First, everyone should be a part of these elections, all right? So all the people who are above 18 years of age should be made a part of this election. This means everyone has one vote, and every vote, the value of every vote is equal. It's not like somebody from the rich category, their value is more, or somebody from the poor category, their value is less. It's not like that. Every value is counted equally, and one vote has all equal value. Secondly, there should be something to choose from. So as I said, parties and candidates should be free to contest elections and should offer some real choices to the voters. As I said, in an election, you will get options. It's not that only one person is there. If one person is there, that means that conducting election does not make any sense. So for any election to take place, there has to be options, right? Like many persons has to be there who will be contesting election. From there, it will give you an opportunity to choose whom you want to make your leader. That is how it is also considered to be democratic. It is not that only one person and you are forced to vote for that person. You are not forced, rather you are given the choice whom you want to vote. Thirdly, the choice should be offered at regular intervals. As I said, in India, we conduct elections after every 5 years. So after, if it happens that you voted for a wrong person, so after you wait for the 5 years, and after the 5 years is over, we can also remove that person from that particular position. So it gives us the opportunity to even change that person at regular intervals. Fourthly, the candidates preferred by the people should be elected. So in India, when somebody is nominated, that means it is people's choice. It is the people who have nominated that person or not. They want someone to be, they want them, a person to see as their leader. So it is the people's choice. So that is why it is again democratic. It is not that somebody have forcefully asked you to, please, you will have to vote for me. No, it is that people wants that particular person to contest the election and to be their representative, and that is why we consider that elections are conducted in a very democratic way in our country. And lastly, elections are conducted in a free and fair manner where people can choose as they really wish. So it's conducted in a very free and fair elections. Everybody above the age of 18 can come and cast their votes, and it's always free and fair. Like nobody forces upon whom you have to vote. So that is why. So these are the 5 reasons which states that democracy elections are democratic in nature. Now, today's last topic is it good to have political competition? Now, we all keep on hearing that politics is very bad, it's dirty, but no, so much, yeah, in elections, so much of competition is there. Now, is it good or bad? Now, you see, everything you do, you will have pros and cons. For competition also, it is necessary. For any for any competition, you will need people, and if there is no competition, what is the meaning of contesting elections, right? Now, when we have any competition in any sports, in your sports activity, competition has to, why do we compete? Because we want to win from that other person, from your competitors. You want to be the first person, right? So yes, it is sometimes, it is good to have political competitions in elections, because that is the main thing. If competition is not there, then the basic idea of elections will have will make no sense, correct? And at the constituency level, it takes the form of competition among several candidates. As I said, for elections, different candidates will be there from various parties, various people will be electing, and competition will be held between these parties who will be winning the election. And if there is no elections, and if there is no competition, elections will become totally pointless. So if competition is only not there, if political parties are only not there, so conducting election will become pointless. Now, but as I said, if there is good side, there is bad side too. Now, what are the demerits? Now, such kind of competition will have certain kind of demerits. First of all, it creates disunity and factionalism in every locality. Disunity, that means now when there will be political parties, some people will be supporting one political party, some will be supporting another political party. So in that way, a disunity is created among the people. All right, people will be favoring, favor is factionalism means division starts among the people, groups of people. There will be one group of people who will be supporting one party, and they will be not liking the ideologies of another party. They will be not liking the people who supports the another party. So in this way, the first demerit is that it creates disunity among the or division amongst the people. Secondly, different political parties and leaders have allegations amongst each other. So when leaders are there, the second demerit is that they always start to find faults among others. So when competition is there, they will try to put the other person down, all right, by putting some kind of allegations that this person did that, or the other person did that, blaming each other. So such kinds of, so that is another demerit. Thirdly, sometimes dirty game is played, dirty tricks are used to win elections. No, cheatings are several political parties or leaders, they try to cheat on the people by and by using several dirty tricks just to win the election. All right, and now because of this different unhealthy competition, some good people, some people are there who are genuinely good, who really wants to work for the people, so they do not enroll themselves, so they do not nominate themselves for the election. Why? Because they don't want to enter this political competition. They consider that it's so unhealthy. So some good people, they remain out of this total election process because they feel that of because they are not so comfortable with this competition which goes on in an election. So this is, if the question is asked, is it good to have political competition? Yes, it is good, because if competition is not there, election becomes pointless. But it should not be a dirty competition. People should not cheat. Election should be held in a very free and fair manner, and everyone should be on a very calm way. Elections should take place. So that's all, students, from today's class. I hope you have understood what is elections, what makes elections democratic, and whether it's necessary to have competition or not. With this, we come to an end of today's class. We shall meet in our next class with another few more new topics from this chapter itself. Till then, everyone, take care. Thank you.